Hey, welcome back. Today we will talk about computer networking. First of all, what is a computer network? A computer network is a system of nodes that are connected each other and share data and information, also services. Right. This picture here is an illustration of a computer network. You have buildings, you have computers, you have the internet, you have all those devices that talk to each other. And there are many types of network. There's PAN, personal area network. This is a network that belongs to a person. Let's say it is a person with his or her devices that he use within him without like going far away, right? Let's say the phone, the headphone, the printer, the tablet that he has and he use, right? And there's LAN, local area network. This one is the network in your office or your apartment, right? And you have, in your apartment a device that is the switch. And nowadays there is a device called all-in-one. It is a box that plays the role of a switch, router, and also a Wi-Fi access point, right? So in your apartment or your office, you have your LAN, your local area network. There's also Metropolitan Area Network. This is a network in a campus, for example, or in a small city, right? And you have lastly WAN, Wide Area Network. This is the internet. This is the interconnections of the state, cities, or even countries or continents. All right, so how node communicate on a network? Node use wire. These pictures here are some examples of wires, right? You have copper, you have this one can be a DSL, right? Coaxial cable, right? You have fiber optics, you have wireless, which can be Wi-Fi. All right. So these three are wire, and this one is a wireless. There is another wireless, right? But these are just some example, like I said. And for the computers to communicate each other, they need a language because in like there are many companies that make computers. You have Dell, you have HP, you have many of them, right? You have Apple also. But how a computer that use, let's say, even another operating system like Windows can talk to a computer that use Linux or that is using iOS, the Apple's operating system, right? So how those two computers can communicate each other because the vendor is not the same, right? So they need a protocol, which is a set of rules and the regulations that include many programs that help two different PC to communicate each other. In that protocol, you have the main one, which is the OSI, right? The OSI with its 7 layers. And that OSI was replaced after doing a good job, right? It was replaced by the TCP/IP, right? We will see all those acronyms and roles in another video. So also for the for the PC to communicate, it needs security, because if you don't secure your data, the communication wouldn't last long, because nowadays there are hackers. They are here waiting for a weak network to penetrate and do harms. Right? So for our network, for our presentation, I mean for our demo, we will see these 6 commands. We'll see ping, netstat, traceroute, nslookup, nmcli, and mtui. Let's go right to the terminal and do our demonstration. But before that, let's explain a little bit these commands. I was saying the ping command. It is a network command that is used to test the reachability or the connectivity of host in a network, right? So we will see netstat command that monitor the connectivity of a network. We're gonna see trace routes, but in Linux now it is replaced by trace path. The command help determine how many routers your I mean how many routers your data or your request is passing through to reach the destination. We'll see also nslookup. Yeah, nslookup, a very handy, a useful command tool used to query, right, the DNS server to obtain the name of the IP address that you tap in the terminal. We'll see also nmcli, a command that I already discussed in another video. Also an mtui. These two last commands are used to create a connection for a server to be connected to a network. All right, so let's SSH to our server for the demonstration. That 36. Yeah. Okay, so we'll be logged in as a root. Then we're gonna change the root to replace it by a regular user. But since we do not see user management yet, let's use just root. All right, so I say yes, then password. All right, so this is our terminal. To troubleshoot any network, ping is very useful, but let's have a brief conversation here. Nowadays, a lot of companies switch to remote work, but in order to reach your company's infrastructure, your PC or laptop has to be able to log in to a server, right? To do the work. I mean, to the infrastructure. For that, it has to be in the network. Like, I mean, in the as this, I mean, your laptop has to be able to go outside to your local area network and reach the infrastructure. For that, there are many ways. Your company can have a VPN, or if it is a Windows, yeah, a VPN that you can use to connect it, and you can just use SSH because it is a very secure command. You SSH to your server and you do the work. But if it is a Windows infrastructure, there are another ways that you can use. You can use RDS. You can use Microsoft um, desktop services. There are many ways to reach to your infrastructure to do the work. But here, since like my server is in my local area network, I don't need a VPN here. I can just SSH to it and do the work. So now, if you have your laptop and you wanna reach, I mean, you wanna work, you wanna SSH to your server to do the work, but you cannot go online, what you gonna do? That is the main purpose of this course today. So if you cannot go online, first of all, you have to ping your own device first to make sure your your network interface card is working. For that, you do ping 127, which is the loopback, right? 127, that one, for example. All right. So we have a reply, right? Which means my nick is working. So then what you're gonna do if you cannot go online? Since your nick is working, you have to make sure your RG is working. I mean by that your router, right? Okay, let's ping my router. My router's address is 192.168. The one. All right. So look, my computer can reach my router, which means it is good, right? All right. After pinging my router, you can ping another website outside. Let's say google.com, for example. All right. If you can ping Google, means your computer can go online. But if you cannot, like ping your router, so you're gonna know the problem is to your router. You have to fix it, or replace it. If you cannot ping, but if you can ping your router, you cannot ping um outside. I mean, a website outside your network. That can mean your ISP has a problem. Your internet service provider, right? All right. So that was ping. Then netstat, right? Netstat, as as I said, the network, the services that are connected. All these services are using our connection to do their work. So netstat help displays that, right? So here, if if a particular service is not connected, you're gonna see the sign here and troubleshoot it. So netstat has flags too. If you do netstat does you, it displays the UDP connections. If you do that T, it displays the TCP connection. But if you do dash A, this is all. It displays all the services that are connected, right, to the NIC and do the work. Like these are the services that your server uses to be able to um to connect it to the outside world. All right. So we have another one, trace route. We have trace routes, but it is in Linux. It is trace path. Trace path. Trace path displays the RGs that your computer, I mean, that the data you sent are crossing to reach the destination. So if you do trace path space and the name of the server or the name of the service that you want to reach, the terminal gonna displays you the the routers that your computer is passing through to reach the destination. All right, so these are the RGs. Okay, and then no replies. So for security reasons, so some companies put just some protocols to block, to hide their network. But this is how to display the routers that your, I mean that, I mean that your computer you are using, the routers that it passes to reach the destination you want to go to. So if any server is, if any router is not working, you're gonna see here and troubleshoot it. All right, then nslookup. nslookup. This is a very important command. It resolve, right? As I explained you, it resolve an IP address to a DNS. It displays, right, the the IP address of a DNS that you gave it. So if you do an nslookup facebook .com, for example, or facebook.com, you see this is the IP address of Facebook, IPv4. This is the IPv6 of Facebook. So if, let's say, you ping Facebook facebook.com and it didn't go through, you can resolve its name and ping the IP address. But if you can ping the IP address but you cannot ping the name, meaning your DNS is not working, your domain name server. All right, so after using all these commands to test the connectivity of your own services or the reachability of the node that you want to reach, or displaying the route that your computer is going through to reach the destination. After doing all that, if you resolve everything, what you're gonna do, or before what you're gonna do, you have to create now a static connection for your server, right? To create an static connection, as I explained in a previous video, you can use an MCLI. Connection name, con add, right? Then con name, you give the name of the connection. You can do Diallo Edge, for example. Then type, the type of the connection, Ethernet. If name, ENP0S3. All right, so auto connect. You can do yes. Then IP4, you give an IPv4 address. I can do 160A, 160A, 192, 160A, let's say 222, right, /24 for the subnet mask. Then GW4, this is for the gateway. You know already my gateway, 192, 168, 168, one. Then the DNS, IPv4 .dns. Yeah, I can use the Google's DNS here, 8.8.8 that it. If I want to use two of them, for that for right. Yeah. So the connection is successfully added. To display it, you do nmcli console, right? So yellow edge is connected. So to activate it, we do nmcli con up yellow edge. But since I'm using um you know, I'm using this connection to SSH to my machine, if I do enter here, I will lose the connection, because another IP address will be used to reach the server, right? So this is how to use NMCLI. If you wanna have, or if you wanna see the demonstration, you can go to my previous video. It is well explained over there. All right. So another command to create a connection is nmtui, network manager terminal user interface. You see, this is a GUI version, right, of the command. So of NMCLI. I mean, this is GUI. It is very easy to use. Edit a connection. Enter. I can go to NMP0S3 and I can edit it if I want. So this is the name. I can put another name here. All right. So since I'm using a DHCP connection, it is automatic. So I can add an address here, right? If I do enter, this is where I'm gonna put the address, right? All right. So let me remove it. So the gateway, this is where you put the gateway, the DNS, everything. Then you specify here if you want the NIC to automatically connect when your server is up. So this is how to use NMTUI, but I prefer NMCLI better than NMTUI. All right. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like it. If you have any question, you can put the question to the comments. I will be more than happy to respond. Bye.